Okay, so this tutorial is how to allocate transactions on QuickBooks for different business owners. So let's go to transactions, click on banking, and let's start having a look at them. So I'm going to focus on between July and September, so we can make sure that everything is identified for GST, to lodge BAS. So essentially what we'll do is we'll go through to see if we can find any uncategorized expenses. This one here I'll come back to. This one here is needs to be fixed up as a payroll for staff, and so I'll go over that another time. Here's an uncategorized, so we'll come back to that. Okay. Alright. This one here this one here is for a particular client as a rebate. So what we'll do is we'll just put it against cost of sales. This one, a rebate offered, and there was GST payable on this, so we just have to over here identify what sort of GST. This is a transaction, it's not a capital item, so it's GST on non-capital purchase. And add that. Okay. This one here, paraplanning, we will identify as, basically what we do is we click on the transaction, and then we go to click on the drop down menu here, and we'll go to paraplanning is usually a cost of sales item, and here we go here. Click on that, GST on non-capital purchase, that is correct, and click add. Okay. Vodafone. Alright, so this here is actually a telephone expense, so we'll categorize it as an expense under telephone. We're going to see if we can create a rule for this. Well, actually, let's do the GST on non-capital expense. And here we can create a rule where it will identify any future or past transactions with this. Just keep it simple like that. This will be the telephone rule. Alright, it says there's another rule. So This is something that looks like it's probably going to have to be manually updated by you. So that's correct. Uncategorized. So I'll have to categorize this as a telephone. Every time you see Vodafone, that would be a telephone expense, and that is GST on non-capital. Correct. This here looks like it's a ATM withdrawal. This would have to be classed as petty cash, but I don't know if we've got an account for that, so I'll show you how to create an account. Essentially, you click on Chart of Accounts, and let's check to see if there is already an existing one. Petty cash, no. See if they got anything cash. Cash on hand. Alright, that might be the right one. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go back to that transaction. Alright, we'll categorize that as a transfer into see if they've got cash on hand here. Here we go. Add. This looks like it should be GST payable. We need to get some advice of how to change that one. Just make a note of this one needs to be reviewed. $19th of the 8th GST payment. This one here is an accountant, so accountancy. This one has to be identified too. This one here we'll categorize as a gift. So it's a birthday gift for one of our staff. And Alright, so this might have to be, we'll have to look at that as potential line of credit income. So that's the 31st of the 8th line of credit. It's a transfer. Yeah, just look at that at the moment. I'm not sure which one to draw it from, so we'll just leave that from the moment and continue on. Registration, okay, so that's for the motor vehicle registration. Alright, so you get the idea of how to go through and categorize different things. So this one here, if you see this one again, Astute Admin Services, this one would be categorized under maybe bookkeeping or accountancy, consultants maybe. Yeah, I might create a new category for bookkeeping. And the way to do that is to go to Chart of Accounts. Nothing there. So click on New as an expense. Type in the name. Bookkeeping. The GST code is GST on non-capital expense. Save.